Thank you all for being here and covering us. We really appreciate that. I'm just really proud of this group, especially our returners. They've been through a lot. It feels really good for them to come out here and get this win on opening night. Also want to give a shout out to our fans for coming out and supporting us tonight. A couple individual performances that were just caught our attention is the double-double from Brittany Brewer to my left, sorry, he moved on me, and then Zuri tying a career high with 16 rebounds. And then our freshman here beside us, just a solid stat line all the way across in her debut at this level. But I couldn't be more proud and excited of our initial game. Obviously, there are things you always want to improve and work on, and we will do that, but it's always easier to do that after a W.
Start with questions for players.
Brittany, I guess just for you all, I guess what kind of spurred that run in that third quarter? Did you kind of feel like it was the rebounding that really got you all started there?
Yeah, it definitely was, and I just feel like it was like all of our energy coming out of the half. Like we knew what we had to do. We knew we had to extend the lead, and we were all pumped to do it. So.
Kristen, I guess what kind of got you going today? It seemed like the layups were kind of going, fast breaks were kind of going, and then that really kind of fired up everyone.
I would just say the pace. The pace of the game is what drives us to play good and play well at this level.
I guess Zuri, I guess for you, just to kind of get those 16 rebounds, I guess how important was it for y'all just to secure those rebounds and obviously kind of just get the ball going?
Very important. We stressed the importance of crashing the boards for this game. And, we also know where to go for our spots when it comes to rebounding. And it's very rare my teammates miss, but we know where to go whenever they do. And obviously, defensively, just being aggressive and crashing the boards.
Brittany, during that 15-3 run, you had 4 points. One of them you had to get a rebound, obviously get the putback. I guess how important was it just for y'all to see the ball go in the basket, at that point?
It was good. It really boosted us to keep going even further. I think that was when we were up by 6 at that point, and that just it kept going from there. So it was really important.
I guess just for y'all, with the struggle that y'all had in that first half, I guess what kind of changed or what kind of allowed y'all to kind of get on that big run later on?
In the film room at halftime, we were just talking about how we know we're better than them, and so we just got to do our job and defend, and that was it.
Anything else for players?
Zuri, just for you, what did you see tonight from your teammates that impressed you?
Fire and passion. People came out with a lot of momentum, and that's what is really important for us. We want to step on the gas as soon as that ball goes up for zone brawl, and we don't want to stop. And the fact that we did that every quarter, it really just showed it's going to be an exciting year.
And then how about Crystal and just her performance tonight? You're the senior, she's the freshman, and she's the one that's taken it all from the coaches and all the direction and all the pressure. That she was under tonight in her performance.
Crystal's going to be a huge player for us, and she takes it on. She takes that role on as not just a freshman, but also as our point guard. She knows what we need from her, and she makes sure she delivers in practice and workouts and in games.
Crystal, just how exciting was it for you tonight just to play?
It was very exciting just playing in front of the crowds and playing with my teammates for the first time in a real game. It was just really fun.
I'm going to lower this mic so it's not it's covering her face a little bit. So there we go.
That weird fall, I guess. Is your ankle okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. It was just a cramp. I'm good.
Coach, what changed in the second half, particularly for you guys in that third quarter?
Yes, with just a couple of defensive adjustments mainly, making sure we were moving around a little bit better. We addressed a couple things at halftime with our coverage areas, and credit to our team and how they went out and executed that. But that really generated our run. We got it off of our defense and rebounding in the third quarter there, and we were really able to extend the lead.
I know you covered it a little in your opening statement, but how important was it to see Crystal start off the way she did in her first game and play the way you hoped she would?
You never really know what you're going to get from a freshman in opening night, just because it is so new and a lot of nerves and energy and so forth. But I thought she handled the environment extremely well. And, the assists that she got, she was the one primarily getting the ball into Erin DeGreat when we had those isolation plays, and I thought she delivered those passes quite well and even made some really good reads late when they started trying to double Erin a little bit. But just her composure for a freshman, I thought was very solid.
Coach, the other day I asked you what you wanted to see game one, and you said you wanted to see your style resembled by your play and aggressiveness, getting up and down the floor, and the rebounding and all those kinds of things. Did you see that tonight? What you wanted to see from your team?
Well, I think we saw it in spurts for sure. I thought we backed out some when we had transition opportunities where we weren't really stopped, but we peeled back out and stopped the break. So we'll look at that on film and we'll address that. But definitely in spurts, we were able to get out and go. The 28 free throws are huge. We have a game goal of 20+. It puts the other team in foul trouble. It gives us points and at the line, and it does a lot of good things for us. So I was really happy that we got the 28 free throws off. That's part of our strategy. I want to shoot the three ball obviously a little bit better. We got the 10 attempts off. Wouldn't hurt to get a few more attempts off and obviously hit a few more of those. That would be nice. But primarily the goal for tonight's game was to go inside because we had such a height advantage. And just I was really happy with Brittany and Erin and how they played around the basket. And in addition to that, Sydney Goodson was very solid and strong. You look at her stat line coming off the bench for us. She's pretty much perfect all the way across. 2 for 2, 1 for 1, 4 for 4 from the line. And just really solid, and that's what we're looking for off the bench from our team coming off the bench, or from our players, coming off the bench. But I was really proud of her effort as well.
Yeah, finally, for me, Coach, how important just for the psyche of the girls, all that they've been through since last May, of the conditioning and the extra work and the not seeing anything until tonight for them to get a win. How important was that for them?
You bring up a great point. I think it's huge. Even. I learned something about them in the fourth quarter. They're not used to playing with a lead. So, that's okay. We can work on that in practice, and I told them in the locker room, it's okay. We'll learn how to do that because get used to it. We want to be in these situations more often. But I think for their psyche, the momentum, Chuck, and all of that, I think it's huge. You're dealing with returners that won 7 games last year, and, right here, day one, they're sitting at 1. So, I think for the psyche and the momentum and the system and the transformation of all of those things, it's obviously a bonus for those players.
In terms of psyche, Coach, when you went on that 15-3 run, I guess did you kind of see something kind of turn there? Because it seemed like the energy was going there. It seemed like you guys were running a little bit more. There was more rebounding. There was just more effort.
Well, exactly, and again, it was triggered by our defensive movement, and that's how we want to look. I mean, that's kind of if you peel away the layers and kind of say, how do we want to look big picture? That was when I said we were doing it in spurts. When you asked the question, that was a great spurt of how this should look big picture going forward as we continue to evolve.
You can take away from this? I know obviously it's going to be good because you got the W, but I guess what are some things you wanted, or you told the girls that enjoy this, but here are some things we got to kind of take away?
Well, again, not relaxing when you have the lead, and then in the first half, I thought we exchanged buckets, too much. I think we've got to make those adjustments. They did a great job, like I said, at halftime, but I think coming out of timeouts, I want to see them adjust a little bit quicker with some of that stuff. But all in all, for a first night out, again, it's a positive performance from a group that's getting used to winning, that's getting used to playing with the lead, that's getting used to positive things happening and not something bad happening to them.